Hello guys, Prosperity Wolf is here. Welcome to this video. Today's topic is very important. And the topic is how to stop being depressed and get motivated again. I may go too hard on this video. Prepare yourselves, because that is something that is stopping you from living. And 99% of the times it is false. You're not actually depressed. There is also always a very specific reason why your life is going the way it's going. As depression, as stress, as you being unsuccessful, as you procrastinating, there is always a very specific reason why this is the case. And I have a list of 8 reasons why you're depressed and why most likely it is caused by you, and also how to stop being depressed. So let's jump right into the video. The first one, I have a list, I'll look now, and the first one is realize you chose to be depressed. Yes, anything in your life, including depression, is caused from you. It could be intentionally or subliminally, but the bottom point is you chose to be depressed. You created habits, you created a mindset in your head, and all of that led to this very exact moment that you believe you're depressed now. Ask yourself, when was the first time that you realized you're depressed? When was that? Yesterday, a year ago, 5 years ago? You're depressed since you were born. From the moment you were born, you were depressed, already depressed. What happened? What was the first cause for you to realize that you're a depressed individual? Ask yourself that and realize that you chose to be depressed. I'll tell you what I did. From an early age, I chose to be unstoppable. I chose to believe in myself and to be unbeatable, to be very disciplined, to be hardworking, and to go and get my goals, to go and get what I want out of life. This was my mental model. Once you realize you are responsible for you being depressed, now you have power. Because you're responsible for that, you have the power now to change it. So why not change it? Let's go to the second step. The second reason why you're depressed is there are depressive events in life, but that doesn't mean you're depressed. Yes, not every single situation and event in your life will be to your favor. You will not enjoy your life always, but that's fine. Why do you want to enjoy life all of the time? It's impossible. Just accept it. There are depressive moments, like you may be very tired, you may be very stressed, your girlfriend left you, they fired you out of your job. Who cares? These are all depressive moments. They're suppressing you, they're depressing you, but that doesn't mean you're depressed. Even the most successful person will experience depressive moments. Your internet may go down, that's depressive. But guess what? Not the events define you, but you define yourself, the way you see the events. So now, the next step is you defend the idea of being depressed because you're scared not to be depressed. Now, I'll start to get deep into the topic. You may not like it, but I will tell you what I believe is the truth. To 99% of the times that when people think they are depressed, actually what happens is that now We know life is very difficult. Especially as a man, life is difficult and you have to perform. And if you don't perform, you will be outcasted. You will not be recognized and you have no internal value. You have no value at all. No one will respect you. You actually have to go and become a man of value to get the things you want out of life. But you see, because you don't take action all of the time, and that's natural, you will not be born with all the virtues and all the habits. It's impossible. There will be moments that you will be depressed. Every single man experienced that. And because you don't take action, and because you don't live your life to the fullest potential, you are depressed. But you mistake that with something bad. And you choose to be depressed now because that gives you comfort. You're in your comfort zone when you're depressed. Because I'll tell you the truth. I have my times, I have had my times when I prefer to be depressed. I would much rather have chosen to be depressed at times in my life, but I didn't. I never did. Something bad happened, but I just chose to do what is right. And what is right, I will tell you what is right. I go work out when I don't want to, or go complete my tasks for the day when I don't feel like it. And I don't let myself be depressed, because if I'm depressed, now I will be allowed to just lay in my bed for the day and do nothing. Just play video games, just listen to sad music, just drive my car and just do nothing which is hard, which is the right decision. And I have always chosen the right decision. Doesn't matter how I felt at the moment. I never let myself identify myself as a depressed individual, because as a depressed individual, you have benefits now. You can just lay in your bed and blame your depression for not taking action, but I never did it. Never. And now, it took me 3 hours to set up to record this video because the tripod was not good. I lost some of the equipment. Then I had to set up the microphone. Then something else came up, and then something else came up. To set up to record this video, it took me 3 hours. And I could have just said, okay, I may just go do something which is more favorable for me, which is easier, more enjoyable, but I did it anyway. And after that, when I record this video, I will study. And after I study, I will go take shower and I will go work out. And after that, I will still be studying. That is my day for the day. But if I was depressed, then I have the benefit of just doing nothing hard. I can just do what's easy. Now, if you're depressed, if you're really depressed and you don't like the situation you're in, why do you stay in it? Why do you stay in it? Why? Because you actually have intentionally created this depressive reality to have endless excuses for you not taking action. Stop with it. Realize it. Do your sabotaging yourself. Next step. Okay, your past doesn't matter. You're not the only one. Now, one of the most common phrases that I have always hated, even when I was really young. On the films, you have heard this phrase millions of times. It is coming from his childhood. Yes, it is coming from his childhood. Childhood drama, trauma. No, I was laughing at it. When I was watching these films, I was laughing at it. And even now, I understand it even more. Now, imagine a grown man. I'm 22 years old now, but imagine some 30 years old came up to you and he told you, something happened in my childhood. For that reason, I'm depressed. I never worked out. I'm overweight. I don't make enough money. I don't attract the girls that I want. I don't dress well. I don't speak well. I don't have social skills. I don't live in the house I want to live in. I live in my village and I never moved out. I live with my parents. But this is caused because of a childhood drama. What? Bro, get over it. You're not the only one that had problems in their life. Everybody experienced negative events in their life. That's natural. You're not the only one. Stop defending it. But again, you defend that lie because that gives you comfort, that gives you excuse. But I don't let myself have that excuse. I don't have that benefit because I have constructed my mindset in such a way that I can't be depressed. I will go work out. I will go and do what is necessary to be done. So, if you really don't like your situation, you can get out of it. You can stop being depressed. Now, the next step is nothing will change by itself. Now, let's say you're not particularly creating this illusionary depression to have an excuse to not take and put a lot of effort. But you want to get out, but you don't know how to get out of this depression and get motivated again. I will give you an incentive, which is nothing will change by itself. And that is true. If you just wait, and let's say you just expect in the next year things will calm down and you will not be as depressed, this is not the case. In fact, you either improve in your life or you will get even more depressed. There is no middle ground. You can't just maintain. You have to elevate. That's why you have to push yourself every single day. Next step. That one. I love this one. This is actually the last one and it will be the 7th. There will be no 8 steps because I just noticed one of the steps is almost identical to one other step, but doesn't matter. So this one is no one cares. Sympathy will not make people buy from you, and sympathy will not make girls fall in love with you. Now, somehow you believe when you're depressed, when you identify yourself as a depressed individual, the world owes you something. Because I'm depressed, I'm more special, I'm more unique, I have needs, I have personal needs. And for that reason, the world has to be more soft towards me. You don't have to criticize me a lot about it. This is the type of my personality. Some doctor prescribes medication that I'm depressed, and now I have the privilege to be treated better. But why? I am here recording this video. I'm here doing things that are actually hard, that actually take mental fortitude, and you just lie in your bed and you're depressed. You watch TikTok. You're depressed, you watch TikTok. Now, the world doesn't care. You believe somehow you're gonna sit in your apartment, you're gonna sit in your home, and because you're depressed, by sympathy, the universe will give you the things you want out of life. This is your pathetic strategy. When you realize that, you will be ashamed of yourself. You literally are depressed so that people can sympathize you and give you things easier. You want to take the route which is with the least resistance. This is the safest one. And also, when it comes down to goals, this is the worst strategy that you implement, and I'm sure you do. That by sympathy, you want her to fall in love with you. This is not Disney movies. This is the real world. It doesn't work. No woman, no girl will ever come to you and tell you, I like you because you're different. I like you because you have your own unique depression. Bro, when you go out with this girl, let's say you were depressed for the majority of your adult life. And now you're on a date with this girl, with this attractive girl, that you want to make things happen with her. You want to progress your date in life. You want to progress your relationship with her. And when you go on the first date, when you go on the second date, what are you going to talk about with her? If you tell her about your problems and about your insecurities and about your depression, she will not be impressed. I don't care what she tells you. She's just gonna listen to you, to not be rude to you, and you will never hear from her again. Or what personal experience can you tell her? What's impressive about your life? I was depressed for 15 years. Is that what you're going to tell her to impress her? No. And even if you don't mention none of that and you have perfect game, still, okay, you can attract her if you have really good game, but you put on a facade, you put in an act, you're not genuine, you don't have the real confidence. Yet, because you have sabotaged yourself for a very long time. Now, I will actually give you an 8th step, which just came up in my mind. How to get out of depression. I gave you my philosophy about depression, most of it. I still have a lot of ideas that I didn't include in this video because, well, I will post them in another video. I will have a series specifically how to get out of depression, because that's something that I'm passionate about. That's something that I have done multiple times. I have not allowed myself to get into depression. I understand it well, and I will teach you that. But now, the last step, how to get out of it, how to finally break the chains of this depression. Here it is. Don't try to change anything. If you're depressed now, good. Keep being depressed. Just observe your depression. Observe your thoughts. Observe your actions. That's what you have to do. But start changing your life. Little by little. Start changing your life. Have new goals. And again, ask yourself, why are you depressed? Is that helping you? Do you want to be depressed? Create new habits in your life. Introduce new ways of living. And really, the ultimate way to get out of depression is to become exceptional individual. That's it. As a man, the reason why you are depressed is because you're not living to your full potential. That's it. Stop with the lies, stop with the cap. This is why you're depressed. Because you know you can have much better life, but you just refuse. You live in your comfort zone. But hey, who might tell you what to do? Choose for yourself. I already chose for myself. years ago and I stick to the plan. And that works perfectly. So thank you for watching this video. This was Prosperity Wolf and I will see you in the next video. Now take action.